the government concerned about such reports?
I've had those reports from FKE.
Yes.
I have been looking, and I hope they could share this data with Kenyans, of a company that has closed on account of taxes. Two, Maringa, let me ask you. Last year when people went to the streets, they told us we're going to the streets because of the cost of living, and the tagline was unga. And they put on sufurias on their heads because they said unga was unaffordable. And true, unga was at a high of 262, 267 shillings. I think the cheapest brand then was at about 240, 235. Today we have brands of unga going for 129 to 135 shillings. The most expensive I think I've seen now is at about 167. The particular brand I know that was going for 267 is now at 162. And I don't want to mention brands because I'm on your TV show and you might accuse me of marketing a particular brand. But I say that because it's a brand that I know and I've known for many years. And for me, actually, that particular brand was the market marker for me to know our prices actually going down. Today, prices have gone down. You've heard even those who talk about the cost of living have abandoned the narrative of the high cost of living on account of food prices. And when we say that we need to fix this not by giving subsidies that were expensive, that have gotten us into the problems that we are in today, with huge debts that we are struggling to pay, but rather subsidize for production, they mocked us. Today, they will not tell you, but you and I know it has worked. People talk about high taxes. And I listen to the political class as they mobilize Kenyans to their thinking, telling people that, this increment in taxes every day. Mind you, only Parliament can increase taxes. Parliament enacts one finance bill in a year. Beyond the finance bill that was done last year, no other finance bill has been done. None. But you listen to the political class, talk to Kenyans to incite them to their narratives. They talk about daily increment of taxes. Which taxes are those? What taxes would any, even FKE, I wish they would come and tell us. You have increased corporate tax to 40%. You increased VAT from 16 to 20%, like the case is in some of our East African neighbors. You have increased this and that other tax, whether it's pay as you earn. Yes, pay as you earn was increased. But again, it was increased for who? Men and women who are earning 500,000 shillings and above. Yeah? The close to 60, almost 70% of Kenyans are not in that bracket.
Okay.
That bracket of 500,000 and above constitute less than 8% of the working population. 60 to 70% are in the bracket of 50 to 100,000. There was no tax change for them in that respect of pay as you earn. Therefore, it's politically expedient at times, and if I was in a position today, I would be singing the same song. Okay. But is it factual? Is it true? It's not.
So, Mheshimiwa, you mentioned the demonstrations of last year. Who is to take responsibility over the loss of life, injuries, and destruction of property during last year's demonstration, in your view?
Those who call for the demonstrations, not the demonstrations. Those who call for the riots. Those were not demonstrations.
After that,
it was a campaign of violence and anarchy and riots.
And after that came the talks. What next after the completion of your TORs? First of all, do you believe you delivered what you had been asked to do?
We did, because the brief I got from the president when he met with the former prime minister was around 5 issues that were among the agenda items that we did present as a Kenya Kwanza position before the National Dialogue Committee. We became magnanimous when our colleagues in the minority claimed that there were other issues. And we said, well, why fight over an agenda? Let's have everything on the table. Let's discuss. If they're in the best interest of Kenyans, we will discuss. And we did. And I think the report of the National Dialogue Committee is out there in the public. Kenyans can read the report and see that the issues that were brought before us, we were able to deal with all of them, including those very contentious issues.